It's dangerous to get this close to the river, you know. One wrong step and you might as well consider yourself a popsicle. Down here, dear. I didn't mean to startle you. I can stand to be in the river, my dear, as I've already reached my fate. I'm only trying to prevent you from the same. There's no need to be put off, my dear. I know it's not often a frozen river man speaks to you, but try and keep an open mind, I would just hate to see a precious little thing like you end up frozen solid all the way out here. Certainly that's not what you want to be remembered for. Now go on, return home. The night is almost among us. Surely you've been taught about all the dangers of the night around here. I can assure you, a pretty little human like you doesn't deserve the myriad of horrible fates that await in these woods after dark. Now go. What's that? You can't remember your way home. Ah, my poor darling. Whatever shall you do now? I guess you'll just have to come with me. I can never forgive myself if I didn't help out a cutie in need. They warned you about me? Oh, nonsense, darling. I merely want to help you avoid the fate of so many. If I'd meant to harm you, wouldn't I just let you fall into the river? That's exactly right, my dear. Now come on. A handsome boy like you needs to be warmed up. I'm sure you didn't intend on staying out in these temperatures for that long. Come on and follow me. I know of a hot spring nearby. You can warm up there. No need to be nervous, my darling. I just want to make sure you're taken care of. It has been a while since I last had a visitor. Much less a visitor like you. Oh, I just mean a handsome man like yourself. You must get quite a bit of attention. It would be such a shame to not glorify that ass. You're just lovely to look at, my dear. Ah, what a shame. No one else has told you that. Don't feel bad, my dear. I'm sure they just don't have the confidence to tell you directly. Hold your head high, darling. You're so much better than you realize. I can't tell if the cold is just getting to you or that was a genuine blush. I'd be willing to bet on the latter. So glad you managed to stumble across me. You're much too cute to freeze to death, or get snatched up by that pesky Wendigo. I've heard a rumor that someone was taken away just the other day. I heard screams coming from a nearby cave, but those screams sounded, how do I put this? They were of the sensual variety. Probably just some couple having quick fun. Although the monster fuckers have gotten quite bold lately. Oh, nothing, my dear. Now please, stick close to me. I do know my way around these frozen woods quite well. If you got lost so easily to begin with, I suggest you keep up. As I've mentioned before, the dark is quite unforgiving towards you humans, especially this time of year. Maybe I have an idea. How would you react if I just slid my hand around yours? What's the matter, dear? Is it cold? Well, maybe you could help warm me up a little. How I desire your human warmth. Seeing your face tense a little. How adorable. I've always loved the shy ones. They always say the more reserved, the more pent-up desire you hold. How I'd love to make you crack. What's the matter, darling? Am I making you uncomfortable? I just want to make sure you're all right after all. You're not used to this sort of attention, are you? That's all right. You're going to get used to it quite fast. After all, a handsome boy like you deserves some praise. I simply won't have you thinking low of yourself, my dear. You never should in the first place. You've never had someone tell you just how lovely you are, have you, my dear? Don't worry. You have me now. So I'll provide you with all the praise a good boy needs to hear. There's no need for you to be nervous anymore. You're going to be safe with me. No, my dear. Don't worry about the future right now. Just focus on this present moment. We're walking together. Soon you'll be enjoying the calming effect of a nice hot spring. That's as far ahead as you should be thinking right now. Your hand is almost as cold as mine now, darling. Don't worry. The solution to all your troubles is right up ahead. How I'll love to see your face as you relax into the warmth. Here we are, my darling. Let's get you warmed up. I'm sure you must be so eager to warm yourself by now. Darling, you wouldn't want to freeze after getting out now, would you? Just what do you think you're doing with all your clothes still on? You wouldn't want to be frozen solid with wet clothes in this sort of weather. I assure you, my dear. You're going to take them all off. What other option do you have, dear? No need to be shy anymore. I'm sure you'll be much hotter with nothing on as compared to bundled in even the thickest of jackets. If you're so nervous, how about I help you? All you need is a little bit of encouragement. There's certainly no need to be self-conscious when you have a figure as wonderful as yours. Oh, trust me. I can tell. I can tell a good body even under layers of winter clothes, sweetie. You're not fooling anybody, hot stuff. Now, let's start with that jacket. I want to see just what we're working with here. Put your arms up, my dear. Better, but that shirt still needs to come off too. Then we can really assess the quality of the goods. Oh my. Now isn't that quite the lovely sight? Don't worry. I'll make this quick. It would be such a shame if you froze before we even got the chance to warm you up. Now, the pants. Let's just slide those off. Nice and easy. There you go. I'll leave the shoes and undergarments to you. But I still want to see just how they slide off your body. Now is no time for blushing, my dear. Warmth awaits you. Good boy. How lovely you look. You seriously wanted to hide all of that from me? It's always the shy ones. Now come on, darling. Enough waiting around freezing those balls off. Get in. Feel the heat wash over you. I'm sure it feels wonderful on that beautiful human body of yours. How wonderful your face looks when you're relaxed and at ease like that. Truly adorable. But something is still missing. I think you need to come closer to me. Oh, I don't bite, you know, dear. I thought you would have figured that out by now. I've been gentle with you so far, haven't I, dear? I just want to make you feel even better. A good boy like you deserves cuddles after all. So come on. Come a little closer. Let me give you a little massage. Oh, now that's a good boy. I'm so glad you decided to join me, my dear. Now, just feel my hands drag across you. I see those goosebumps. That's making you tingle, isn't it? I told you it would be nice, but you're still so tense. That simply won't do. I think you need to be massaged nice and thoroughly. How about this? I think you should sit on my lap. That's right. I can do everything to make you feel so wonderful if we get just like that. Perfect, my darling. How beautiful you are. Feel my hands around your body. What's the matter? You're squirming around. I didn't realize you were so ticklish. I didn't think you could get much more adorable. How sweet. You can't just get away now. Didn't you ever hear the stories about my kind? I almost can't believe it was so easy to get you here. You really were quite touch-starved. That's all right. You won't be for very long. I'm gonna enjoy every second of tickling you to the brink of death. Maybe I'll force you to stay like that for a while before I finally end you. You just wanted attention, and I want to give it all to you. Oh, I'm sorry, my dear. It's just my nature. Wait. Why do you sound like you're enjoying this? No, you're supposed to be in agony as you get tickled to death. This isn't part of the script. Why are you being so happy? You seriously enjoy this, huh? Not fair. You're supposed to be my next precious victim. All right. Fine. You win. But I don't want to let you go. I want you to stay right here. You're just so damn cute. How could I ever give up such a precious little thing? You're not going anywhere. If you enjoy my touch so much, I wonder what else we can enjoy together. How about you face me, darling? I just want to see that perfect figure of yours once again. Oh, good boy. You do look so lovely when you relax like that. It's okay. I'll keep my hands on you. Maybe this is better than tickling you to death after all. It has been so long since I felt the touch of such a lovely human. And that lovely face of yours, all for me. I know my hands are still a bit cold against you, but that adds to the experience. I love seeing those goosebumps all over your skin. Just how could I enhance this experience? I think you should bring those cute lips over here. I want to experience you just how you are meant to be. Where did you learn to kiss like that? For a shy one, I'm quite impressed. From the outside, I'd never guessed that you were the type. I guess that means I still have quite a bit to figure out about you. Trust me, I'm more than happy to explore your quirks and features. And I think we can start by letting my hands go all around you. Feel me slowly working my way down. I'll get closer and closer to you. Oh, how I love seeing your face when I touch you. Such a big boy. You love to be felt like this, don't you? How cute. I get to control just how you feel. My hand moves you up and down slowly. I want you to feel every second of this. Your face shows me everything I need to know. Now tell me, just how bad do you want me? The night is almost among us. Surely you've... Did you hear that? I said the Among Us. They were of the sensual. How do you say that word? Sensual? Yeah. She say it squirt. My dick's a nerd. I wanna make you flirt with me.